Types of pulps. Sulfate pulp. Sulfate pulp is prepared by an alkaline process using almost any kind of hard or soft wood as the raw material. The logs are slashed, debarked, and then they are disintegrated into small chips by means of chippers. Chippers are large rotating discs containing four or more than four long heavy knives. The disintegrated chips are screened on either rotatory or vibrating screens. The oversized chips retained by the screens are passed through crushers to reduce them to proper size. The desired size chips are then digested under pressure, either in stationary or rotary digesters, which are made up of stainless steel, with sodium sulfite and caustic soda. The digestion or cooking takes about 3 hours. These treatments dissolved encrusting lignin of lignocellulose, leaving behind more or less chemically pure fibrous cellulose. The fibrous material, after separation from the cooking liquor, is washed with water. The washed pulp is then allowed to pass through knotters, riffles, and screens to separate any small silver or uncooked wood, and finally to filters and thickeners. The thickened pulp is bleached with chlorine and is then washed again. It is then beaten into pulp with water in a pulp beater. During the process of beating, long fibers are reduced to minute shreds which absorb and hold more water. The washed pulp after bleaching may be rethickened to convert it into sheets which are dry enough to fold into a bundle called a lap. The lapping is done on a wet thickener which consists of a cylinder immersed into a vat filled with stock solution and fitted with an end felt belt which carries the pulp sheet through squeeze rolls and a series of press rolls. The laps thus obtained contain about 35 to 45% air dry fiber. These laps are then stacked in a hydraulic presses and are subjected to pressures of about 3000 psi. The resulting laps now contain 50 to 60% of air dry fiber. The spent cooking liquor is called as the black liquor and is removed from the pulp in the pulp washer and is pumped to storage for recovery of chemicals charged to digester. It contains organic sulfur compounds, sodium sulfite, sodium carbonate, and small amounts of sodium sulfate, salt, silica, and traces of lime, alumina, potash, and iron oxide. The black liquor is concentrated, burned, smelted, and lined. As a result of smelting, organic compounds are broken down, the carbon is burned away, and inorganic compounds are melted. Moreover, sodium sulfate is converted into sodium sulfide according to the reaction Na2SO4 plus 2C gives Na2S plus 2CO2. The molten smelt is then dissolved in the dissolving liquor to obtain a characteristic green liquor. This is allowed to stand for a few hours, as a result of which insoluble impurities settle down at the bottom. Slaked lime prepared from the recovered calcium carbonate is then added to the green liquor to causticize any sodium carbonate still present in it. The reaction goes as follows: Na2CO3 plus CaOH whole twice gives NaOH plus CaCO3. The calcium carbonate slurry is separated in settlers and rotary continuous filters and passed to a lime kiln to get calcium oxide for reuse in the process. The filtrate or white liquor containing caustic soda, sodium sulfide, and traces of sodium carbonate, sodium sulfate, and sodium sulfide, etc., is used again in the cooking of the fibers. Tall oil is also obtained as a byproduct from the black liquor recovery. It may be separated from the black liquor either by means of centrifuges or by flotation from the concentrated liquors. Tall oil is used in the manufacture of soap, emulsions, and greases. Soda pulp can also be prepared by alkaline process similar to that used in the case of sulfate pulp. Sulfite pulp. In this process, spruce wood is the chief raw material used. Hemlock wood and balsam have also been employed. The wood is slashed, barked, cleaned, and chipped, as earlier done in the case of sulfate pulp. The disintegrated chips are then digested with an aqueous solution of calcium bisulfite or magnesium bisulfite and an excess of SO2. The sulfite process involves sulfonation and solubilizing of the lignin with the bisulfite and hydrolytic decomposition of cellulose lignin complex. The newer and technically more acceptable sulfite process is based on magnesium bisulfite instead of calcium bisulfite. This is because the waste liquor from the calcium bisulfite process cannot be used again, as calcium bisulfite would not decompose to sulfur dioxide, whereas magnesium bisulfite does. The magnesium bisulfite waste liquor is therefore recoverable and reusable. The second reason for using magnesium bisulfite is that the disposal of calcium bisulfite waste liquor is a serious pollution problem, since more than half of the raw material entering the process appears as dissolved organic solids. The magnesium bisulfite waste liquor, on the other hand, reduces pollution because of the fact that it can be used again and it is recoverable. Moreover, a large number of byproducts such as lignin, vanillin, tanning materials, rod binders, Portland cement, accelerators, plastics from the lignin present can be obtained from the waste liquor of magnesium bisulfite process. Sulfur is heated in a tank by the rotary burner, and the vapors of the sulfur are allowed to enter a combustion chamber where they are oxidized by air to sulfur dioxide. The amount of air is carefully controlled in order to prevent the further oxidation of sulfur dioxide to sulfur trioxide. The hot sulfur dioxide formed is immediately cooled in coolers surrounded by water cooled pipes. The cooled sulfur dioxide gas is then passed through a series of 2 or more absorption towers or acid making tanks containing magnesium carbonate. A fine spray of water trickles down the tower system and meets sulfur dioxide gas in a counter-current manner. The final liquid containing a solution of magnesium bisulfite and some free unabsorbed sulfur dioxide is charged to the digester. Free sulfur dioxide gas vented from the digesters is also bubbled through acid making towers. Hence, amount of sulfur dioxide in the liquor is increased from time to time. The digester is filled with the chip and the acid cooking liquor is introduced through the bottom of the digester. The digesters are cylindrical steel vessels having a capacity of 1.2 tons of fiber and 3,000 to 51,000 gallons of liquor. In order to prevent corrosive action of the cooking liquor, the digesters are lined with crushed quartz or acid resisting bricks. The digester may be heated with steam but it causes dilution of the liquid. In order to achieve a better temperature distribution through the charge and to prevent dilution of the liquor, the cooking liquor is heated in an outside stainless steel tube heater with forced outside circulation of steam, and the heated liquor is then circulated through the charge by making use of pumps. The cooking is carried out at about 170 to 180 degrees centigrade, and it takes about 6 to 12 hours. After completion of the cooking process, pulp is washed with fresh water in a large round tank having a false bottom. The cooking or red liquor is evaporated in evaporators, burnt in boiler to magnesium oxide and sulfur dioxide. Magnesium oxide is slaked into magnesium hydroxide and pumped to the cooling and acid tower, down from which sulfur dioxide gas is passed to produce fresh bisulfite liquor. The pulp is collected in an ELO tank from where it is pumped to a series of screens. Knots and large lumps of fiber are retained by the screens, and the desired fiber screened by the screens is conveyed to the centrifuges. In order to remove foreign impurities, the pulp is then concentrated in cylindrical thickeners covered with A80 mesh bronze wire. The pulp is retained on the screen and water passes through. The thickened pulp is bleached with chlorine or chlorine dioxide, and then bleached pulp is treated with milk of lime to neutralize the mass. The resulting stock is again washed with water, thickened, and passed to the machine stock chest. The chest gives pulp laps containing about 30 to 35% dry fiber. These laps are dried in a pulp dryer by means of steam heated rolls to get a product containing 80 to 90% dry fiber. The reactions occurring are as follows. Sulfur plus oxygen gives sulfur dioxide. Sulfur dioxide plus magnesium carbonate plus water gives magnesium bisulfite plus carbon dioxide. Magnesium hydroxide plus sulfur dioxide gives magnesium bisulfite. Sulfide pulp is a high quality pulp and is used in the manufacture of finest papers, including sunlit bond. Another type of pulp is known as the rag pulp. Rags are largely the scraps from textile mills and garment factories. First of all, dust is removed from the rags by passing through a thresher, and then they are sorted and separated according to color. Dark paper are manufactured from rags having colors hard to bleach. White light papers are prepared from rags having easily bleachable colors. After being sorted, the rags are cut into small squares, which are then passed over magnets to remove metallic foreign materials. The rags are then digested or cooked with caustic soda or a mixture of caustic lime and soda ash in a digester, which is a cylindrical rotary boiler. Cooking is done for 10 to 15 hours at about 120 degrees centigrade. As a result of cooking, wax, resins, dirt and grease are removed from the fibers. The resulting pulp is washed with water, bleached with chlorine, and then washed again with water.